Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Tisa Azizah from class E. Here I will tell a story about Sleeping Beauty. Let's straight to the story. In a kingdom, there lived a king and queen who were keen and wise in ruling their kingdom. But unfortunately, they did not have the offspring they hoped for. After the long wait, the queen finally gave birth a beautiful princess. The king and queen finally got the offspring they had hoped for. Feeling happy with the good news, then the king had a large party to welcome the princess. The family, friends, and even the fairies welcomed the presence of the princess with great love and did not forget to give the best prayers to the princess. One of the fairies said, We are very happy. The princess will be the most charming girl in this kingdom. And the other fairy lived, even more talented. The prince will be a gentle and kind girl. In this kingdom, there are 3 guardian fairies, and one other fairy is not in peace because the king forgot about it. The 3 elves felt that he was not concerned, and then he got angry and said, How do you all look down on me? Do I look it in your eyes? Curse of you and curse your daughter, said the 3 fairy in angry tone. Then he said again, 15 years from now, in his golden age, the curse will come with the loom and all of you will be witness of what I say, and the space will be witness to his day. Everyone was shocked by what the evil elf said, and the other 2 fairies tried to remove the curse, but were unsuccessful because the curse was strong. All they could do was reduce the curse. Then one of the fairies said, Your Majesty, sorry. We tried, but the curse is too strong. Another fairy said, But don't worry, Your Majesty. The princess will not fetch anything bad. All remembering love the princess in silence. Later came and wake up the princess. One day, when the man comes and gives her to love, the princess will wake up again to the life in the world. All we have to do now is take care of the princess, continued the fairy. The king and queen felt very anxious and continued to try to remove the curse in the various ways, in order for the princess to stay steady. Then the king removed the weeping activity in the world. It was because of the order that the wish we crane and the princess had become a crystal and charming girl. But unfortunately, the evil fairy secreted a loom in the secret corner of the job in order to offend her. When the princess said, has reached the age 15, the evil fairy's curse will come true. One day, the king and queen went to attend a party in another kingdom. At first, the queen refused, for fear of something happening for her daughter. but the king managed to calm her down, and the queen agreed to come to the party. Then the king and queen said goodbye to the daughter. Because of the curse of the evil fairy, the princess was only allowed to live in the place, namely the bedroom, dining room, and hall. Since her parents were away, the princess felt a sense of the freedom, and she continued to explore the place following her curiosity. And he arrived at the door wherein there was a loom that was kept by the evil fairy. He saw there was a key that opened it and entered the room. The princess saw an old lady who was weeping. She asked the grandmother, "Grandma, what are you doing?" The grandmother translated, "Oh honey, sit here. I'm weeping." The princess was surprised to see the loom at work. Her eyes were fixed on the spinning wheel, and she said she wanted to try it. Then the princess touched the loom and did not expose the course to her. The needle of the loom pressed the princess' finger, so that the princess fell asleep. The evil fairy was happy that her baseball plans was successful, and she left the room. The king and queen arrived at the palace with attending a party from a neighbor kingdom. They were very sad to hear the news, and the servant also felt the loss of the princess. Since the princess was the sleeping beauty. As they approached, the place was overgrown with the trees, and finally the area turned into a forest. One day, a prince comes on a horse. He was surprised to see the old place. Then he asked the local people, "Sir, who is the owner of the place?" Then an old man replied, "That place belonged to the previous king. The son and his servants are cursed for 100 years. I don't know for sure. I just hear that they got a curse. So many friends have come here to remove the curse, but something wrong," continues the grandfather. Because of his curiosity, then the prince went to enter the place and look for the secret of the place. With his sword, the prince sees the grace that was in his way. When was able to enter, how surprised when the prince opened the door of the place. He saw many people sleeping. Strange things appeared, hundreds of arrows flying at him, but he was able to avoid them. And before long, crystalline flared in the front of his standing. The prince continued his journey into the place near. Then he arrived where the sleeping princess was. The throne that was running through the room was cut down by the prince's sword, by the weapons were even stronger than before. The prince realized that he had to cut quickly, and he looked around where the main throne came from. After finding in the prince tried to reach out to ignore the prick of the thorn and barred the thorn to assist. The prince immediately stepped into the room and was surprised by the prince's charming, which he felt he could take his eyes off. He taught how to wake the prince. Then he kissed the prince's forehead, and the moment after the kiss, the prince's eyes opened. The princess looked at the prince firmly. Then he said, "Who are you? Why did you come into my room?" A bright smile appeared on the prince's face. Then he told everything. They continued to talk while walking out of the room, and saw if everyone in the place would wake up. Everyone gave thanks to the prince. The king and queen felt that this man was a man of record and extraordinary kindness. Soon, the prince and the princess fell in love, and they got married and lived happily. That's all I can say. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.